Hello, everyone, and thanks for joining us for Access City Council. I'm your host, City of Las Vegas Communications Director David Riggleman. Coming up on this show, another shared village opens to help house the homeless here in our city, and we tell you what our pop-up parks are all about. Of course, the councilwoman who represents Ward 2 is Victoria Seaman, and she joins me now. Welcome back to the program. How are you?
I'm always excited to be here.
It's good to have you back. A lot going on in Ward 2. We got a packed show here today.
We do. We have a lot going on, and we're very busy in Ward 2, and we're very excited about all the things that we've done and that we're doing in the future.
I think that's a reflection of you and the pace you keep, because the show fills up because you have a lot going on in your ward. If you're not exactly sure where Ward 2 is located, we're going to show you on the map. This just happens to be where both Councilwoman and I live in Ward 2. It's that area basically west of the Rainbow Curve. If you live in that area or work in that area, then you are in the city limits of the city of Las Vegas. And if you are a resident out there, you are represented by Victoria Seaman. That area west of the 215 now really taking off again.
Growing like crazy.
Really.
Building, and we just got the new Summerlin Command Center, which we've talked about.
Yeah.
So it is growing like crazy.
Yeah, it's a special place. Of course, you and I may be a little bit biased, but anyway, we're going to tell everybody else what's going on out there in our neck of the woods. You posted this on Facebook. It was great to be at the ribbon cutting for the newest village at Shared Village with Arnold Stock, and of course, the legendary John Fogerty standing there with you as well. Wow.
Yeah, it's just amazing to see how many people support this great effort for our community. And you know, Arnie Stock, I'm just so proud of the work that he's done. It's exciting to be a city councilwoman now, where we partner with great community advocates like Arnie, and he's doing great work.
He really is. You know, he initially focused on veterans and homeless veterans, but now he's focusing on the homeless overall.
Affordable housing.
Exactly,
it's amazing.
Exactly.
Yes.
And the numbers of people who he has helped, they're staggering.
The stories are endless of the people that he's helped.
It's amazing.
And there's a lot of support in the community. I'm so proud of the people of Las Vegas who are supporting him as well.
Yeah. There's been a lot of discussion about homelessness in Las Vegas and whether the city is doing this or that. But this is an example of how our community is really stepping up and helping those get off the street.
And we're in partnerships with these type of people.
Exactly.
And if it weren't for Arnie, I don't know what we would be doing. He's amazing. It's coming from his heart to help these folks.
I couldn't agree more. It's his passion, and he reflects it in all that he does. He's got 4 veterans villages now, and Shared Village, at least
growing.
A couple more of those. So it's just been an amazing effort to transition people from the street into housing, but also there's support to help them find jobs, sustain jobs, if they've got maybe an addiction problem, to stay off whatever it is that they're addicted to. And so it's not just, well, we're going to provide you a place to live, good luck.
Right.
We're going to help you every step of the way.
You're right. Agreed. It's not just giving them a place to live, but Arnie goes the extra step in making sure that they have the resources they need. Whether they're a veteran or not, he's there to help with the resources. And that's why these programs are so successful.
You're spot on. That's exactly right, because there's all that support that goes with it. So, well, good luck to Arnie and the latest Shared Village, and we know there'll be more to come. That's the way you do things. You also posted this on Facebook. I love it. We're so excited to be at the grand opening of El Dorado in Tivoli, Ward 2. Now, I have not been yet, but you were telling me this place is really great.
The food is great, the ambiance is great, and they have great service. And the amazing thing is that they're open 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. So we no longer need to go to the strip to eat at 12 o'clock at night. We now have a restaurant, a good restaurant, non-GMO, organic, right there in Tivoli, that is open 24 hours.
Wow. If you're not familiar, if you live in Ward 2, you know exactly where Tivoli is. If you're not really familiar with the area, it's basically at the corner of Rampart and Alta, a catty corner, really across the street from the Suncoast there.
Plenty of parking.
Free parking. And what's really great is just such a variety of restaurants and shops, everything in there. So
correct. It's just a great place to even walk your dog.
It is. And we're going to talk, you have some events coming up there later on in the show we're going to tell everybody about as well. So El Dorado, we love when new businesses open in the ward, actually anywhere in the city. That's a great thing. So happy about that. And then Councilwoman, this was great. Yeah, you attended the Hope for Prisoners graduation over at Metro headquarters. Hope for Prisoners is a program founded by John Ponders, the mayor there, and it looks like Sheriff Lombardo as well.
And the president was there?
Yeah, the
Yes.
president of the United States. And then you've got Rick Harrison himself.
Again, another program that the city really supports, Hope for Prisoners. It's just a great program to see people get help once they come out of prison.
Right.
They go through or before they have a choice to go through the Hope for Prisoners program. A lot of great mentors, law enforcement, just a really great program in our community.
Right.
Very proud of that program.
John Ponders, the founder, John, former inmate himself.
Correct.
And got his life turned around, and now it's been his passion and mission to help others stay on the straight and narrow. And the success rate has been incredible. People in that program tend not to go back to prison. Only a very small percentage do. The rest turn out to be contributing members of society.
Right. So it shows you what these public partners, public-private partnerships can do.
So, well, congratulations to John and his team, and wishing them good success into the future at Hope for Prisoners. And then you posted this on Facebook. We had a celebrity in our midst. You said, we had so many special people recognized by our city council this morning. My special recognition went to Deanna Thompson. Now, for anybody who is an aficionado of Netflix or has watched Netflix over the last couple of months, you probably already know who Deanna is. Councilwoman, she really was the focal point of a program called Don't F with Cats. The F was the F word in the show. But
that's right.
This was an incredible story. It's about a 3-part series, documentary on Netflix, where Deanna and some of her fellow internet sleuths started to see video of animals being abused, cats specifically.
Correct.
They tried to figure out, who is this person? We need to stop it. Turned out the individual then was a serial killer.
That's correct.
And has been convicted and is serving time now in Canada. But it was an incredible story. Because of their efforts, they really helped law enforcement track this person down.
Right, and we tracked her down because we found out that she
She's from
lived
here.
in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
And once we met with her, we learned that she has gone on to help convict other animal abusers.
Right.
And, you know, again, we don't know, this could lead to, you know, people at some point, like it did with this gentleman who's now been, this man who's been convicted. So we are so proud of her in our community and the work that she's doing all across the country, putting bad people away.
Yeah, it's incredible. A lot of these abusers will, it's bad enough they're abusing the animals, but they'll record it, video record it, and then post it on the internet.
Well, it's kind of an underground internet that she can get access into. And they're just horrific crimes that are happening. And she is very active right now in doing that. So, again, we're really proud that she's in our community and of all the good work that she's doing. And we were so happy to be able to recognize her.
Yeah, it was quite an honor. She was really a celebrity. Anybody who's seen the series, it was so powerful and phenomenal how this all unraveled. And then to see her in person and for you to recognize her, she's a local person. She's works at one of our casinos as an IT executive, and so she says she's a self-professed, internet kind of nerd. She loves to, goes on, but thank goodness
she's a hero for us.
Yeah, thank goodness that she is, because it made a big difference in this world.
And it will continue.
Yeah. Well, speaking of making a difference, this is something you and your staff love to do. The Nevada Reading Week is here, and this is where people from all through the community go out and read to the kids in the school to promote and encourage kids to have a love for reading and books. And so Councilwoman and her team went out and did the same. There's Dave McGowan from your staff. You guys are reading a little bit of Dr. Seuss there. You got your Cat in the hat on, and so...
And this is why I ran for office. So I could go out in the community and do great things like this. This was so much fun. Look at Dave there. Dave and my staff are just a great team. Anytime we have an opportunity to do community service, they are the first to volunteer to come with me And so we spent the whole week reading Dr. Seuss. It was a great time, and we look forward to the next time we're able to do
You
this.
really were a trooper. You went out many times to do that, at least three, I believe,
times.
right? Yeah, to read to the kids.
And my staff went out a
yeah.
couple of times too. So
It's great. It's wonderful to do, but it's time consuming to get out there and to have something to read and read to the kids and then go on with all the duties that you have. So.
But when you see how excited they are, we celebrated Dr. Seuss's birthday with birthday cake and the whole thing. It's worth it.
Well, Dr. Seuss, you can never go wrong, although it's probably wise to just read through it a couple times. There's going to be some things in there, and it's like, is that a word or not? I don't know. So,
we just went along, kept reading.
Kids love it, and it's good stuff. Well, congratulations to you and your team for doing that. And then you guys also went out, you checked out the Atomic Testing Museum, which is going to be really a phenomenal new addition to Las Vegas. We have great museums here. There you guys are out at the museum there, and it's interesting because we've got the Mob Museum, Neon Museum, now we're going to have atomic testing, and it's just,
We have a lot of history here.
Yeah.
And if folks have not gone out to check out this museum, Atomic Museum, the Mob Museum, which I've gone to see several times and brought tourists and friends there, it's worth it. It's just part of our history, lots of information, lots of things that people learn about our history here in Nevada.
Yeah.
And at some point, I've decided after seeing this museum that I will go out and visit the test site.
Yeah, see it firsthand where it all took place. Well, you posted this on Facebook. You said, I truly enjoyed my tour of the Atomic Testing Museum today. And again, when I first moved to Las Vegas, we were kind of criticized for not having enough culture, so to speak. We didn't have enough museums, etc. But boy, over the years I've been in Las Vegas, things have really changed because the Mob Museum is one of the top museums in the United States. Been named, in fact, it's one of the top 10 by USA Today. We've got, of course, the Neon Museum. We've got now the Atomic Testing Museum, which people used to come here in Las Vegas, of course, for the gaming and the casinos and for the opportunity to entertain themselves. But part of the side story to all that was the atomic testing above ground.
Right.
So you could go to a hotel here and see the mushroom clouds. It seems almost surreal that those things were happening, but that back in the 50s, that's what took place here.
That's what was happening. And to learn about why, what, how is so important. I really encourage people to go and visit that museum because there's a lot of information there. And it's a great place to visit.
Yeah, it really is. Interesting thing, too, about it, Councilwoman, is that because of the science involved, Las Vegas was one of those places where it was an interesting dichotomy. Because on the one hand, you had the entertainment capital of the world, but then you also had all of these PhDs here in physics, nuclear physics, that were here connected to the test site. So you had this whole group of really educated Las Vegans that were here trying to make sure that during the Cold War, the United States was going to be safe.
Yeah, this was the focal point of that.
Yeah. So the Atomic Testing Museum, you have to go check it out, along with all of our other museums here. And by the way, they're right in the heart of our city, so you can't miss those. And then you posted this on Facebook. I love it. You said, my team and I are so excited to serve at Catholic Charities of Southern Nevada today. So you guys not only are reading to the kids, but you're also helping serve meals as well to those in need.
Yes. Again, my team, you only have to say, would you like to go? And they're all on board. And, when we do these community events together, it really does bring our team closer together as well, because we're out there serving the community together. And we do this once a month now.
Yeah, we saw Dave McGowan again, and then Brianna Ramirez. Don't want to leave her out. She was also out there with you.
Always willing to serve.
Exactly.
Always.
She did some reading to the kids too. It looked like as well.
She did.
So, when you visit the people at places like Catholic Charities, I think it speaks volumes to what the community is doing to try to address the homeless issue here. There are a lot of people at the city as well as the industries, the organizations that we partner with, who are really working hard to try to end that cycle of homelessness, get people off the street, into housing, into a program that might help them sustain all
And
those
folks
things.
don't know Catholic Charities not only houses the homeless and feeds the homeless, but now they have a recovery detox program there. So we do have great community partners in the city, and I never realized how many until I got elected to the city council, and I'm so proud of them, and I will do everything I can to go out and help them. And I think that's why my team is always willing to serve as well. I think we realize how many community partners we have and how much they care about our community.
Councilwoman, one of the things that you have been really dialed in and worked to further is the aspect of recovery. People who are addicted to drugs or alcohol, whatever it might be, to help break that cycle and to get them the help they need and the support they need to leave that life and to get themselves
Right,
clean.
and that's why it's so important to support these community partners, because they are out there doing what they can. We have Foundation for Recovery, which is a wonderful organization. We have so many, and it's important for us to look at mental illness, and that's why when we looked at our 2050 priorities, healthcare was one of the top three, and mainly for mental illness. A lot of our folks on the street really have mental illness problems. And so that to me is the most important thing to address. The thing that we're doing at our Hope Corridor Catholic Charities, we're really getting people a hand up to get them the resources they need, the immediate help that they need. But when mental illness is involved, it's a tougher situation, and we need those community partners to help with that. So it is a priority for me. It's a priority for this city.
Absolutely.
And the council.
You're spot on. Most of the people who find themselves on the street, some have had bad luck. They're maybe living paycheck to paycheck. There's an interruption in their job, and they find themselves without resource. Those folks, there's so many resources available to help them to get back on their feet. We also have, though, a large number of people who are addicted to drugs or alcohol. And as you said, a large number of the homeless are also have mental issues.
Yes, and a lot of times drug addiction is part of it, and that's because they're masking the mental illness. And those are the things that I'm very excited about. Those are the three priorities we chose because it's so important to address that mental illness.
We should talk about that real quickly, Councilwoman. The council met in a special meeting at the end of February 26th, and identified three priorities that the council wanted to concentrate on the next 3 to 5 years. Public safety is at the top, and really kind of homelessness falls into that as well.
Falls into all three.
Yeah, exactly. The second was healthcare, which also touches on homelessness. And then the third was diversifying the economy. So that we wouldn't be so solely dependent on gaming and tourism primarily.
Right, that was really important.
And that encompassed education, because companies won't come to Las Vegas if there's not an educated workforce or quality education here as well.
Well, I think those three encompassed almost everything, all the problems that we do have. And when you concentrate on those three things, it is really solutions for all of our problems. And I'm really excited that all the council agreed on that and that we're moving forward with it because it's so important for our community. And this was from input from the community.
That's a good point. We had surveys, we've had input from the public based on what the council heard. We had Poonam Mather came, she facilitated the meeting and helped the council narrow that focus down to, so what are the three primary things that we're going to concentrate on in the next 3 to 5 years. So you'll hear more about that. It'll be reflected in a lot, especially what we talk about here on Channel 2. So, and then Councilwoman would tell everybody out there, we got some events coming up that we want to tell everybody about. You have your movie in the park coming up on April 24th. It's going to be Aladdin, the live action, not the cartoon, the live action Aladdin.
It's going to be so exciting. I'm so glad that we'll be back with Movie in the Park. That means the weather is changing.
Finally, and
kids will be able to have their movie in the park. They really love coming out for that.
We should mention, folks, these are free events. This one on the 24th will be at Bruce Trent Park, which is there at Rampart in Vegas, basically. Great park, great place to see a movie.
Great place.
And come on out. You'll be out there.
I will.
Everybody, right as the sun goes down. People say, what time will that be? Well, check your app on your phone.
That's
because
right.
it's whenever the sun sets on April 24th, whatever time of the day that would be. It's dusk.
Come out and get a good seat in the park.
Exactly, exactly. And again, it's free for everyone to come on out. We usually have water, popcorn, things like that
Yes.
as well. So very nice. And then also, speaking of things that pop up parks. April 10th, this is going to be exciting. This is going to take place at Ansan Sister City Park in your ward.
That's a great park.
Yeah, they're on Ducharme, exactly, from 2 to 5. And Councilwoman, help people understand, a pop-up park is where we bring, amenities into the park on a temporary basis for people to enjoy.
That's correct.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
if you have children that you're available between 2 and 5, bring them out. They're going to have a lot of fun
Yeah,
because
yeah.
this is something that we, like you said, we bring out the amenities, games, and different things. So it's been very successful throughout the city.
Yeah, it's where we've done this, it's really taken off. People have really enjoyed it. And our Parks and Rec staff, they love putting these on. They bring all this stuff out, and it's kind of an extra at that park
Yes.
for that
Yes.
day. So, and then we want to tell everybody as well, we have a No School Fun Day Camp on April 13th. This will be coming up. That's going to be on the Monday following Easter. It's going to be at the Veterans Memorial Community Center from 7 to 6 that night. A lot of kids will be out of school that day, so if you're trying to figure out, gosh, what am I going to do with them?
And there'll be a lot of fun
Yeah,
activities.
yeah, it's
they
always
do great activities over there.
And the cost is really reasonable. You can see it's for ages 5 to 11, and the cost is only $35 per child. So that's going to include a whole day of stuff. So good all the way around. And then, Councilman, I love this. You have your Breakfast Buzz and Ward 2 Biz. These have become a wonderful tradition very quickly in your ward. It's basically just an opportunity to get together over breakfast. Look at all this. Look at the turnout that you had for this.
This was our biggest turnout
Wow.
since we've started this Breakfast Buzz Word 2 Biz. And it's consistent. We've done it every month. We'll continue to do it. It's always on a Saturday, always at 9 in the morning. The date changes depending on the month,
Yeah.
but we send out notice. And I have to tell you, if you have not come to one of these, which you haven't,
No, I
which
haven't
I'm
yet.
inviting you.
Okay, sounds good.
It's so much fun. You get to sit and meet other folks in the ward, learn about different issues and concerns, and I feel like I'm having a community partnership with all my constituents where they come, I get to know them. We have new people that come every time, and it's one of my favorite things is breaking bread with the constituents.
Yeah, well, it's really popular. Now, the video or the pictures we saw there, that was from the Rachel's Kitchen
Right.
on March 7th. But your next one will be April 18th coming up, and that will be at Charlie's Lakeside. That's a great location.
yes.
They're on West Sahara. Again, 9 o'clock, as Councilwoman says, till 10. That Saturday, April 18th.
Yes, so the venue changes as well,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
it's in Ward 2. And
Exactly.
So again, we're supporting local businesses as we are having fun and breaking bread.
And it's an informal way. You'll get to meet the councilwoman, your neighbors, and you'll hear what's going on in the ward, updates on parks and projects of all types. So
And I get to hear updates.
yeah, exactly, exactly right. And then last but not least, you have an art fair coming up. This is going to be on April 25th. This will be the Ward 2 Art Fair at Tivoli Village on the piazza there. That's, as we said, at Rampart and Alta. That'll be Saturday, April 25th from 10 to 4 that day. And that event is free also,
It
right?
is free, and I love art, so this was a priority when I got elected. I want to showcase local artists. And so we put together this Ward 2 Art Fair, and I'm so excited, and I'll be there, and
Okay.
I can't wait for this amazing art show.
Yeah, April 25th, and as you said, the weather, great.
It's gonna
End
be
of April,
beautiful.
It'll be a perfect time of year to come out and see all the art. So, that'd be fun to go see as well. So, well, Councilwoman, we're just about out of time here, but we want to tell everyone out there, hey, we always want to hear from you. So if you have something you'd like to share with Councilwoman Victoria Seaman, you can find her on Facebook and Twitter. As you can tell, she's very active on social media. You can also contact her just by picking up the phone. The number is 702-229-2420, or you can send her an email. Her address is vseaman@lasvegasnevada.gov, and she or one of her great staff will get right back to you if you have an issue going on in the ward, a question. They're always there to help. So, great job.
Thank you for having me.
I'm exhausted. There's so much in there.
Don't forget about our Small Business Sundays. We're very excited to feature businesses in Ward 2, and we want folks to reach out to us so we can showcase their business. This has become very popular.
Yeah.
Every Sunday, you'll see a new business in Ward 2, and as you and I have talked about, you've learned about a few businesses that you didn't know about.
I didn't know they were there, and I'm using them now. And I had known, I mean, I live in the ward, and I didn't know they were there. So,
yeah, it's a great program, and we're very excited about it. And again, every Sunday you'll see a business show up.
All right. Well, anyway, everyone, thank you so much for being with us. Please don't miss our next show beginning on March 26th with Ward 5 City Councilman Cedric Creer. You can now catch all of our KCLV shows on Apple TV, Roku, and Amazon Fire. And don't forget, you can watch us live on the internet at kclv.tv. Thanks for watching, everyone. We'll see you next time around.